Uh,
Sign in.
Introduce yourself.
yes. Print name.
Chris, who do you have with you?
My name is
Gentleman with you?
my name is Jeffrey Tamayo with Greenpoint Solar.
Jeffrey, can you spell your last name?
Tamayo, Tamayo. Yes.
And you're Chris, the homeowner.
Yes.
Take us through your project.
So, I mean, I think the submission is pretty self-explanatory. I would like to put a small array of solar panels on the property. I've been actually, I was just telling Jeffrey, many years of thinking about it and how I could do it and if I could do it, dating back maybe 15 or 16 years. Got to the point where thought, well, maybe I'll give one last thought about it, and things had slightly made it easier on the property, and had trees that were sort of shading things that were any places where I wanted to, or with thinking about putting panels that wouldn't be intrusive to the exterior area. Little by little, I was like, maybe this could work. So, as gotten into, sort of the summer, this past summer, and windows were closing, I was like, let's see if I can try and pull something together, talk to some companies, and Greenpoint ended up working out. So, the panels are going to be going up on outbuildings that are not my house, or there's also, I'm sure you're aware, there's a small cottage that I also renovated in early 2000s. Both of those are staying untouched, and there's one south, I guess it's southeast facing roof, and one direct south facing roof side, so just two sides that are gonna hopefully have panels on them. I view them as very, these buildings are not historic. I think there's one is a metal garage. It was transferred to the property in like the 70s or something before my time. The other was a rebuild of another separate garage that was on the property that got destroyed in a storm. That I brought to the historic board and presented, and that structure went up. But it's just, it was built in early 2000s, 2003 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. It's all a blur. So they're not historic per se, but they're still part of the property, and I wanted to figure out a way to have the least amount of impact on how the property feels, especially from just people passing along. I feel like it doesn't at all impact the house itself. Like I have brought a photograph, like just walking down the street now with all the foliage down. You can see that, when you're coming by and looking at the house, you really don't have any inclination that there would be panels up on these buildings, because they're like on the back part of the property, and they're sort of set in a way that don't really impact.
What it'll look like, colors and things.
That's his purview.
Sure. They are all black panels, black racking, so very clean looking. But the plan submittal does include the spec sheets that shows pictures of the panels.
So there's no like
All black.
rim or any
No.
interior, it's just,
How about how you anchor it? Is it a different color, the frame, you know, you
Well,
frame it?
black railing,
Okay.
yeah. And on the, there's also a site plan here where you can see
Yes.
the location of the panels are.
Like, how many structures are on the property besides a small shed? Don't
so
count
there's
that.
this metal garage, which is gonna receive, I think, 6 panels or, can't remember, 6 or 8 panels, because there's 2, there's a small, like, shed roof that's also gonna receive 2 panels. And then so that's 1. There's the barn garage, that's 2. There's a cottage, 3, and the main house, 4. Those are the structures.
Picture, okay.
Yeah.
Survey.
I'm just going to maybe start with you. You can scroll in that direction. This is the edge of my property on the street. As you're walking, you know, the one-way street of Greenbush Road. And you can just scroll, and if you have any questions on what's what, but that's all you see of the larger barn, you know, at the edge. And then as you go along, like every once in a while, a little peak will come up, but sorry, you can pass it down.
Yeah, I went by a lot a couple of times. We all are familiar. There's a vicinity map, you know what it is, right?
I have a question which has nothing to do with the aesthetics. Considering that you're coming and you're asking us for our input.
That's a great question, and I guess we shall see, but that's more, again, your expertise to answer. There's,
I'd have to pull up your original quote, because I'm not sure what the goal was. Was it
I
a
think it's-
70% reduction?
I think that more like, I think it was like 60%, so 60% of my existing power. I have an electric car that is already, you know.
I have a hybrid, yeah, I plug in.
A plug-in electric car that I've had for about a year. I already, in doing my restoration, I, you know, was ground up, so all the electrical work is new because I had to redo it all. So I was very conscious about using low energy type of
But there's-
products and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that I will get maybe even better, you know, bigger benefit from the panels than
At
they
least a
estimate.
50%
Yeah.
reduction in your.
And then,
your electric.
again, I have another roof line that it's very viable for solar, but it's on my house and it's on the main structure, and I don't want to do that. So I'm like, this is the best I can do for.
Roughly, what would you say your electric?
I mean, it varies at times a year, but I would say between $200 and $300 a month in electrical with the electric car, because that can be as much as, you know, like $75 or $80, depending on how much I'm driving, for charging that. Bought outright.
Yeah, if it was a lease system, the savings would be less.
heard about shingles instead of these panels, which would make our job a lot easier, you know. Widely available.
So I've been in the solar industry since 2007. And early on, we did a lot of, they call them BIPV products, building integrated photovoltaics. We used to do a lot of them back in the, between 2008, probably 2012. Almost every major manufacturer of those products has gone bankrupt over the years. Has gone bankrupt over the years. And the reason being is that the technology for those is much more expensive, and the panels themselves are a lot less efficient. So it takes a lot more square footage of the roof to produce the same amount of electricity. And so it's never really penciled out. Is it going to be more popular in the future? Of course it will. As things get more efficient, more cost-effective, you'll see more and more of those types of products, but they don't pencil nearly as well as traditional solar panels.
I mean, one of our daughters lives in Vermont, and she bought land, and she bought the house with a solar panel the size of a billboard.
Like an array that's that big.
It's that
Yeah.
big, yeah. But what she did not do, and I suggested it to her, have you ever thought about a home battery? That, instead of, let's say, a generator, if you have a home battery.
Yeah, it's on my list. It's
Okay.
just, I can barely afford this. I'm like stealing money from my retirement set aside to get this up. Yes, it's definitely, I mean, it seems like with New York State, and it would be useful because there is times when you're using power when you're not generating power. But with New York, and you're feeding it into the grid and sort of getting a return, it's not as beneficial as in other states where you can actually go off grid almost, like just, that's my understanding. Is that correct?
Yeah, in California, because I have a solar company in California as well, we install batteries on probably about 80% of systems, maybe even higher now. But it's because that they charge for electricity different in California than they do here, so it makes sense to have a battery there. Here you see batteries on probably 5% of installations. And it's usually more of a novelty type thing than really needing it.
And for instance, right now, I'm on a system via the town and via Orange and Rockland to manage my car charging, to help do it when it's not pulling at peak times and stuff. I'll probably be reversing that if I have panels, because that's time when I can get, the benefit from the panels, and won't be charging like in the middle of the night anymore, probably. Yeah.
I have a question. Is there another structure gonna go up? Right now, there's 4 on the survey. There's another one going?
No.
Oh, I thought it was maybe a garage. So with these 4, if you could help me identify them, that's the main house.
That's the main house. It's a cottage. This is a barn. You've been by the, that's like the,
Okay, I get it. Because basically, there's 2 dwellings on the property.
all right, there's a,
Kind of grandfathered in.
right.
Been there a while.
All that stuff has been there before I bought the property in 1991.
And with the solar panels, they're only going on 2 out of the 4
Right.
structures. These 2, okay, which is the metal shed.
And a barn, right. And just, again, the one face of each, so that,
Square feet of solar panel.
I'll tell you right here. $420 on one building. Usually that's combined 420 square feet. 420 total, yeah.
I'm wondering, is the purpose to make them also houses,
No,
livable with other
No.
people?
in fact,
Okay.
they're not, neither of them are conditioned in any way. I mean, it's one of the reasons why it's, for me, easier to live with. They're,
That's good.
they're just
Just small.
literally a, yeah, small barn, open, no insulation, nothing there. The other thing is a garage. It's almost more like a shed,
Mhm.
and that's it. And this is,
Basic
Out-
lighting, you just want.
yeah, just
Right,
like
I get it.
functional outbuildings that were
Mhm.
usable, roofs that were not visually impactful to like some of the, you know,
Something just
other
for my
area.
homes.
Well, no, so this is
More?
all tied, like I have a line that will bring this power into my main, I mean, it's gonna go back into,
Oh, we go to the main house.
it's gonna go
from
back
there.
into
Oh,
the
underground.
grid.
Yeah,
It's gonna go
okay.
back into the telephone, you know, the poles. Yeah, there's already a buried line for the
That's
charger there.
interesting.
Yeah, so we're back feeding a sub panel in the garage. And from there, it'll backfeed it to
Yeah.
the meter.
So it's, yeah, it's gonna be powering not the secondary dwelling, just my main dwelling.
And that cottage.
Yeah, not the cottage. I mean, I don't even know like how the technology works.
So do you have one or two meters on the property?
I have two, yeah, two meters, you know, that's separately metered, and,
So it'll be offsetting his power on the main house.
yeah, so it's just my main meter that's gonna get
Yeah.
the benefits of these panels.
All right, let's open it up to the board, go down the line. Questions?
No.
Open it up to the studio audience, I don't think there's anybody here. You're very good, it's an interesting project,
Has any other efforts come before this particular board? Like I talked with Joe Prince, and owns the Grape Divine, and
yeah, I know him.
because he has panels there, and I was like, you know, how did that, you know, what was that process like? But that's not here, right? That's
No.
but he said
I
he
know
went.
the perimeter of the historic ward, which is not so critical, you're like on the edge. Big
Yeah.
1 acre lot, almost an acre.
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, he was.
It is, yeah, but you're like on the perimeter. I know what Joe Prince, he's in Spark Hill.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
That's the only other sort of what I would consider a relevant building that I've seen someone try, or you know, someone put up, you know, panels. Usually it's like, oh, you know, whatever, some split ranch down the street, you know, something like just curious if within our zone, if anyone has presented or.
No, not that I know of.
You know, trailblazer.
Yeah, and the way they look, they really
And-
blend into the roof, I
Yeah,
think.
and then also, it's, you know, no one's gonna really be hyper aware of it because it's so set in a way that you're gonna be like, oh, you know, every once in a while I'd be like, oh, wait, is there some, you know, I'd have to actually seek it out to look at the, you know, I'm not gonna have them in a place
Just
where.
one other thing. Are there any of the structures gonna be like visible on the property, or it's all underground going to your house?
Everything goes down, and then we're doing one little trench that connects the two outbuildings. Everything else just connects into an existing panel, and that's it. You don't see anything. There will be no added.
No boxes
Yeah.
now, nothing.
No construction in that way, just the panels going on to those roof things. Other than that, there's really,
Very nice.
thank you
Okay.
very much.
Okay, I guess we'll make a motion to close the public portion of the meeting. Do I have a second? Yeah? All in favor? Okay. Now we can deliberate. Vote.
Move that it be accepted as presented.
use of the property is.
It's the future. I would do it on my house, then.
Yeah, I don't want to
Spend the money, but I would do
discriminate
it on my house.
because of where he lives. I mean, he's on the edge of the zone.
Still a historic building, Scott.
Yeah, and it ain't on that.
Doesn't matter where it is.
Okay, we got the motion and second. All those in favor? Aye.
Close the meeting.
We have other business, right?
Wait.
Yes, I'll give his back. You want the, pretty thick
Can you
packet?
wait, can you wait to give them back? I give
Oh.
back the extras when I'm all done.
Oh, you want one?
You could just hold on to them, I'll take them, and when I'm all done with everything, I'll give you back the extras. Sorry, we're just not done yet.
Now we have something.
Okay, so you close the public portion and the. Okay.
We have other business.
You have
Well, I'll
your.
read it. What I read is, oh no, it's just something to mention. Okay. It's, general other business, the next chapter, at 77 Main Street, Tappan. It got approved by us. I think we all drove by and have seen it. I think they did a great job, in my opinion. Really, have you seen it?
Yeah.
They kept the facade, the front of the structure. It still looks historic. It's on Main Street, which is important. And I like how they cleaned it up. They want to make the pavers now more closer to the one side of the house, extend the pavers and get the sidewalk, right? I see no problem with it. You guys see it? I mean, I really, this is a minor to me. It's, I think they made it look better.
I think they have to do it, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
would say, like, I don't really understand why.
So you guys made a decision in HABR 24-08 that said the driveway shall be gravel material and there will be red pavers on the sidewalk. So
Oh,
they that,
didn't know
or
that.
you determined that that's what you want.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
we were thinking of drainage, you know. Okay, well,
I
they
misunderstood.
want to
Okay.
amend that. Okay, I'm
So
fine
they
with
want an
that.
amendment to that, and I don't really know,
It's not in the floodplain.
it says shared
so-
gravel drive, right? Well,
Okay.
I don't know what they, this is what they turned in.
Yeah, on the one side of the house. But it's not like they're in a floodplain in Spark Hill Creek or any of that.
But I can't tell what they're adding this part.
I don't either.
I
It's hard to
went
tell
out
what
there, I
they're adding.
sort of knew. It looked to me like it was on the, it's that would be the east side of the house. They wanted to put the pavers there near the sidewalk. I think that's what it would be okay.
Did
Like
the
I said, it
plan?
doesn't flood there.
That they showed, so
Are
that
they
maybe they'll
basically making it,
understand what they wanna change, cause all they
making
gave
a
us this.
sidewalk on the side of the house? Is that-
No, like an accessible driveway
She's
back.
gonna show you what you all approved, and then you
Okay.
see what they're saying, what they,
Oh,
we
that's
will be
different.
increasing, you know, it says
And-
we are requesting that we can
They
increase
mentioned that they were gonna
that.
grade it properly, it wasn't gonna be flooding out there either. I read that.
The original one?
I'm sorry?
I don't know which the app is.
Based on what,
Hang on.
what they've shown us here.
Not writing.
I'm not writing anything because I'm getting the
No,
plan
no,
back.
no.
Sorry, hold on.
It's a question, it's off the record. It's a question. I'll put it back on the record. That they proposed to us what is here. Half, let's call it half gravel, half paper. Is that? That's what I.
No, what
Yeah.
they're proposing is in their letter,
No, no,
on
I'm
the
not
front
talking about what
page
they're
of
doing
it.
now. I'm talking about what they originally had. They-
all I know is what is in the decision. That's why I asked if you guys wanted to see.
Yeah.
I thought that might help you
Yeah,
figure out,
Yeah,
did you guys
okay,
that help?
yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Denise.
It says that they're approving,
Because to me, what the second page is kind of confusing, I don't know what you
it says that
approved.
they're approximately 6 feet of additional pavement.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Denise, because we forget, I mean, this was
24 feet.
24,
from
all
the
right, so
house.
probably
So I
two.
don't know whether
I
that's.
mean, we do that often when it's like in a flood area with the gravel. Let's see.
No, they said 6 feet.
I'm looking for the survey.
Is that
The plan.
extending the paper coverage from the previous.
Oh, it's not in here.
Very bad.
It's all elevation.
Yes, and I added,
No. There's no survey, plan view of
Is there a
that.
site plan that came with the original subdivision?
that's the standard.
No, it's a building plan, there's no site. So they should be making a sidewalk in 6 feet.
Sidewalk to the front.
Wanna look at this little one, Bill? I don't think you can.
Is that a survey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a survey plan.
Where's the magnifying?
Magnifying
Where's the
glass.
magnifying?
Usually there is one. I could use my glass.
This was, so this
Well,
was
it's
emailed
kind
out
of what we saw here.
previously when I was given the information from the building inspector. It's kind of like,
That's not.
they're saying that the code says that it has to be this way, but this is what was originally approved, so they can't do it without you guys amending your
So
decision.
he's saying, why didn't they submit an actual
So-
plan that they would be able to look at what they're proposing and what is
I got this in
existing?
my hand, and
I
I did a
understand.
sort of it was seven.
I'm-
So now, my fault for not being in the So
Ask him for an actual of what was approved, show us the plan, and then show us what you're doing it and why you're doing it. They're really not even saying why we're doing it, it just says.
I think it just makes it look better. And it's not a flood area, there's no problem with that. It's
I
fine.
guess that was a conversation that they had for why they were doing it, something about.
Got approved for gravel driveway, so it
So
doesn't
then I
matter.
guess they would have had to go
right?
to the zoning board to get.
Did they
a
request
variance.
that?
I don't know.
They could have, we just said, okay.
It seems to say they got approved for gravel driveway and red pavers.
Want to amend it to that, I think it's cool.
Is it the original gravel driveway? Who knows? Maybe it was back in the day, maybe it was.
And they said they were gonna grade it properly.
Let me ask you a question. So they share this with a neighbor, or at least it's adjacent property line. So is the neighbor aware of this? Has the neighbor been?
Yeah.
He is.
No, I just, but I'm trying to, I have to take the notes that they're talking about.
Doesn't seem like it. Gravel driveway, we should share with, I don't
Get
know.
it, yeah.
I would suggest, say, we need more information. That was my shared gravel driveway, and I'm the neighbor, I mean, I might like it. There's a decision attached to the whole package,
Okay, so why are we coming back to it?
because they modified that, what was approved.
So we haven't,
Different than what they're proposing.
It looks better, so.
Okay, Donna, it's all on you because you asked to make a motion. Todd, you seconded.
What do you do?
So, whatever I said,
On the five.
whatever I said, I agreed to.
I agree with you.
Whatever you wanna do.
That's
We
good.
said aye to it. And Lauren, you said aye.
Oh, you look at 2408 on the first page, Joe manager, that they share a driveway with the neighbor and have offered to do the whole driveway. Gravel driveway is not good for the handicap access. And then later on that, driveway will be gravel and red pavers on the sidewalk. And then on the second, the first amendment, 2408, back in January of 2025, path around the driveway for the wheelchair, platform, blah, blah. Now they want to make,
Did we approve that?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
and now you're amending 2408A, I guess the second amendment. Now they want to make the whole thing pavers, match the pavers that they.
Haven't approved that.
No, tonight, that's what they're asking for you to approve. And I just,
6-foot drive, which doesn't make sense because
No, it's 6 feet to what's already there. It's gonna be more than 6.
you have approved 4 feet and they're adding 6 more
Yeah,
feet, so
that's
10-foot total of paver coverage.
Donna,
I move we accept.
I second that, like last time.
thank you.
Keep it consistent. All those in